Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my channel. Now let's wrap this up with Pisces Navamsha, the last beautiful Navamsha. This is the second sign of Jupiter after Sagittarius. Therefore, everything to do with true faith, true knowledge. True faith is giving up of your egotistical held ideas. Okay, so just to back up a little bit. Jupiter in Sagittarius was all about making rules and guidelines. That was the first step of Jupiter. The second step of Jupiter is to give you faith, true faith. True faith means letting go of everything, letting go of all held beliefs that was there with you in the past lifetime, in this lifetime is Pisces. If your ascendant is Pisces in Navamsha, good luck. Your entire life will be about letting go of stuff, whatever you have gathered from this civilization. Because let's face it, whatever you have gathered as knowledge, as belief, as race, culture, religion is what people have dished you out, isn't it? It's not innate. God did not come and tell you anything. So in Pisces, it asks you to let go of all those closely held belief systems. You cannot judge people. You don't know who the other people are, what their life is about. Stop judging people. Stop judging any race, culture or religion. That's what Pisces Navamsha asks you to do. You should not create any kind of mental blockage. It's about sleep. It's about subconscious mind. It's about giving out. Pisces Navamsha is where people get stuck finally, because this is where you have to let go. This is where your pitris or ancestors get stuck. They held some closely held beliefs, your ancestors, the family you are born in. You have to prepare a lot with this Navamsha. Consider planets in Pisces Navamsha which have to give out. Everything regarding planet signification, you have to give that out to other people. Think about one thing that makes you very uncomfortable. That's planet sitting in Pisces Navamsha. It's a sign of giving out. It's the highest exaltation of Guru, and it is where actually Lakshmi sits, or wealth sits, or Venus is the highest exaltation here. Why? The sign given by Vedas is that the whole purpose of wealth is to share it with others. That's why Venus loves Pisces Navamsha, or Pisces even in the natal chart. Now let's briefly run through the planets here and how they will work. Some have easy, some have it difficult. Saturn is very difficult here. Why? You have to selflessly work throughout your life if it's in Pisces Navamsha or natal even. Saturn in Pisces tells you work selflessly. You haven't done that in the past life. Now it's time to sit and just work. You might even not get paid, but work. So give out everything. The remedy, well, there is no real remedy, but if you want to go in that direction, you can take a handful of salt and give it away to people. Unable to do hard work, unable to give out things. Why? Saturn tends to hold stuff. Saturn is a holder of energy. It's not good at giving out stuff, although it loves to work for others, but things, I'm saying. Mercury will either give everything to siblings, regular neighbors, while traveling, go on regular short journeys, go on long journeys even. Mercury is short journeys, okay, so that all women, kids in your house, you have to do things for them. They will come to your house and you have to give something to them. Children will be attracted. If Mercury is in your Pisces Navamsha, children will tend to come to you. Give them some sweets, give them some toys. Your job is to give to Mercury and leave it. That's what Pisces asks. Everything is about giving away something. Mars in Pisces, donate the land. Donate your house. Give away medicines to people. Medicines which are used to purify blood. This is the cure. Bear the medical expenses for people who cannot afford. Pisces is all about your rectification, your ancestors, your pitris. Rahu here tends to give very unconventional ideas, wants to hold on to things. Think Rahu and Ketu always tend to hold on to things. That's why it is in Aquarius, both of them combined, isn't it? That's why it says gains. This will have a difficult time. It will go to court cases again and again, okay? To hold on to land, to hold on to stuff. Put the karakas of house and everything else to this, okay? Ketu will give spiritual guidance, wisdom, wealth, anything it can give. See the house lord for this and then make the connections. That's Ketu. True spiritual guidance is very powerful from Ketu sitting in Pisces, because this is the house of selfless giving out. It is not attached to material realms, just like Ketu is, so it's in its own sign. Moon here will give emotions to others, empaths, feeling for others, strong emotional attachments to mother, even if the mother does not reciprocate. This is the tough thing, okay? I have seen this in some of my clients. Venus here will keep donating energy, time, money to spouse. Their life lesson is to learn to give within relationships, to appreciate the spouse. If Venus is sitting in your Pisces Navamsha and you want wealth, learn to appreciate your spouse. That's what it is trying to tell you. Giving food to people may make you rich. Now, so Venus, and speaking of riches and Pisces Navamsha, here's the secret to all you people who want to run after bank balance and tight bank accounts. Okay? Hefty, deep pockets. You want wealth, yes? You have to give away whatever wealth you have to for nature to give you. That's Pisces. Maximum wealth is in Pisces. Contrary to what people say, it's losses. If you give away wealth, it will fill your coffers. Yes, especially Venus is sitting in Pisces Navamsha. Jupiter, you give out your knowledge, your wisdom. Give advices freely to people. That's your job. Sun, give respect to people. Behave like the king. Dress up properly. Pisces tends to do things shabbily because it doesn't care about the world. Pisces is a careless sign. So what have I got to do with this world? I don't have any business with this world. Leave me alone. It's a sign of loneliness. It's a sign of creativity. It's a sign of working in isolation, isn't it? All the Piscean things come to play strongly. And if you have a bunch of planets and points bunched in this, put all the things together and make your own prediction, for example. Now let's listen into the rest of the details.
Navamsha, as internal self, after 30 years maturity, after marriage. The Pisces Navamsha. Before we step into Pisces Navamsha, I want you to pause with me, because this is the Navamsha where everything you thought you were controlling slowly begins to dissolve. Navamsha, as we've been unfolding it through this series, is the inner life that takes over once Saturn matures you and once marriage or long-term commitment strips away pretense. It is not who you claim to be. It is who you become when life humbles you into truth. Pisces Navamsha is the final Navamsha for a reason. It is not about doing more, achieving more, fixing more, or proving more. It is about surrender, compassion, transcendence, and the quiet realization that life cannot be mastered, only understood and felt. If Aquarius Navamsha questioned systems and Capricorn carried weight, Pisces Navamsha lets the weight fall. After 30, and very often after marriage, planets placed in Pisces Navamsha begin expressing a deep inner shift, the urge to merge, to forgive, to soften, to release rigid identities. This is where the soul becomes porous. Pisces Navamsha does not arrive dramatically. It arrives subtly through exhaustion, empathy, loss, love, prayer, creativity, silence. And once it arrives, your internal self is never the same again. Let's walk through how each planet actually shows up in lived experience when your internal wiring is Piscean. When the sun enters Pisces Navamsha, identity becomes fluid. After 30, you may struggle to define yourself in simple labels. Do you notice that ego-driven ambition feels hollow now? You want to serve, heal, create, or simply be. Marriage reveals this clearly. You need emotional and spiritual resonance more than status or control. If this sun operates through the first house of the Navamsha, your presence feels gentle, compassionate, almost otherworldly. Through the 12th, your life direction bends toward retreat, healing, or spiritual service. When the moon enters Pisces Navamsha, emotional boundaries dissolve. After 30, you feel everything, sometimes too much. Do you notice heightened sensitivity to people, environments, and collective emotions? You absorb moods unconsciously. In marriage, emotional empathy is essential. Harshness wounds deeply. If the moon operates through the 4th house, home becomes a sanctuary of quiet and emotional safety. Through the 7th, your emotional state merges deeply with your partner's inner world. When Mars enters Pisces Navamsha, drive becomes diffused but deeply compassionate. After 30, you act when your heart moves you, not when ego demands it. Do you notice motivation rising and falling in waves? Anger turns inward or dissolves into sadness unless consciously directed. In marriage, conflict is avoided rather than confronted unless emotional boundaries are clear. If Mars operates through the third house, your words carry emotional undertones and intuition. Through the 12th, effort is directed toward behind-the-scenes work, healing, or sacrifice. When Mercury enters Pisces Navamsha, the mind becomes intuitive, symbolic, and nonlinear. After 30, logic alone feels insufficient. Do you find yourself thinking in metaphors, dreams, images, and feelings? Communication becomes poetic rather than precise. In marriage, emotional understanding matters more than factual accuracy. If Mercury operates through the second house, your speech becomes soothing, artistic, and healing. Through the 12th, silence communicates more than words. When Jupiter enters Pisces Navamsha, wisdom becomes compassion. After 30, belief systems soften into faith. Do you notice yourself forgiving more easily? Understanding suffering more deeply? This is the placement of the inner healer and guide. Marriage becomes a spiritual bond here. If Jupiter operates through the 5th house, you guide others through empathy and creativity. Through the 9th, spirituality becomes universal, inclusive, and devotional. When Venus enters Pisces Navamsha, love becomes unconditional. After 30, boundaries in love blur. Do you notice yourself loving people for who they are rather than who they promise to be? Romance becomes soulful, sacrificial, sometimes idealistic. In marriage, devotion runs deep, but discernment is essential. If Venus operates through the 7th house, partnership feels karmic and emotionally transcendent. Through the 4th, love expresses itself through emotional shelter and care. When Saturn enters Pisces Navamsha, the soul is asked to give form to compassion. After 30, life tests your faith through disillusionment. Do you notice periods where you feel spiritually tired or emotionally burdened? Responsibility here involves holding space for suffering without collapsing. In marriage, emotional maturity and patience are vital. If Saturn operates through the 6th house, you serve tirelessly behind the scenes. Through the 12th, you learn surrender through solitude and inner discipline. When Rahu enters Pisces Navamsha, there is an obsessive pull toward transcendence. After 30, you may chase spiritual experiences, escapism, creativity, or emotional merging. Do you notice attraction to mysticism, altered states, or idealized love? Marriage can feel confusing unless grounded. If Rahu operates through the 1st house, identity becomes elusive and ever-changing. Through the 12th, you are drawn to retreat, foreign lands, or spiritual isolation. When Ketu enters Pisces Navamsha, detachment from the material world deepens. After 30, you may withdraw inwardly, even while appearing functional. Do you notice a quiet disinterest in worldly ambition? Inner peace matters more than external success. In marriage, solitude and spiritual autonomy are essential. If Ketu operates through the 5th house, creativity becomes mystical and inspired. Through the 12th, liberation comes through surrender and release. Pisces Navamsha ultimately asks the final and most surrendering question once Saturn has matured you and relationships have softened you. Can you let go of control, of identity, of expectation, and still trust life? Because this Navamsha does not reward effort alone. It rewards compassion. It rewards forgiveness. It rewards faith. And when you answer that call, something profound unfolds. You stop fighting life. You stop defining yourself narrowly. You begin flowing, not weaker, but gentler, not lost, but finally at peace. I shall see you in the next Navamsha. Meanwhile, you take very good care of yourself today.